सड़क से संसद की गाड़ी असम के रास्ते मणिपुर पहुंची, जहां हमने राज्य के दोनों लोकसभा क्षेत्रों में सफर किया और यहां के लोगों से बात की, जहां उन्होंने साझा किए वो मुद्दे जिस पर वे सरकार से जवाब चाहते हैं। उनसे बातचीत का एक पहलू यह भी रहा कि अपनी समस्याओं को खुलकर बता रहे ये लोग कैमरे के सामने आने से कतराते दिखे। दोनों लोकसभा क्षेत्रों में युवा कुछ मुद्दों को लेकर खासे मुखर थे। ये मुद्दे हैं शिक्षा के बेहतर अवसरों की कमी, भ्रष्टाचार और चुनाव से जुड़ी गड़बड़ियां।
System is not working properly, and also when we talk about Manipur, like in Manipur, then right now I'm studying master. Right after the master, I'm not sure that whether I'll get job or not. But for those who hasn't studied this master, those who are not educated, if they have money, they'll get job.
There is a lot of difference between the youth of the Manipur and the youth of the mainland Indians. I have completed my BAs from the Zakir Hussain Delhi College as a student of the economics honors. Then when I came back to do my master degree in this Manipur university, I found a lot of difference between these two universities. The syllabus was not completed in times, and the future of the student also so much bright in the Delhi university. There was a lot of placement for the student.
For the student, it's really costly comparing with other central university, but the facilities they provide, it's comparing to other central university, it's not really good.
This is the only one university who is having assignment camp inside the university.
इन मुद्दों के अलावा एक मुद्दा मणिपुर यूनिवर्सिटी की स्थिति से भी जुड़ा था। जब हम मणिपुर यूनिवर्सिटी पहुंचे तो बाकी समस्याओं के अलावा यहां के विद्यार्थियों ने वाइस चांसलर पर लगे गड़बड़ियों के आरोप के खिलाफ हुए विरोध प्रदर्शन और उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करने की मांग के बारे में बताया।
Most of the time, state government and the central government, they are trying to insult our students, them to reduce our powers and try to disperse when we are united and we are gathered together. Most of the politicians and the political parties, they are trying to enter in the university and try to convert the university into a political game area, just like. But actually, it is not fair.
So, as a student of Manipur, as a son who is born in a conflict-ridden state like Manipur, we want the politics of Manipur to be issue-specific, because it has been almost 60 to 70 years that Manipur has been undergoing in a chaotic situation where there are lots of social imbroglios in our state, just like the issue of insurgency and the question of self-determination, then the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, and in the recent days many issues like the Inner Line Permit System ILP to serve the indigenous people of Manipur, and the contentious bill like the Citizenship Amendment Bill have been surfacing now and then. So if we want real peace and tranquility and development in our state, then first of all the government of India and the government of Manipur should solve the issue of our state. We want the Inner Line Permit System or a similar mechanism just like the Manipur People's Bill, which was passed in 2018 by the State's Assembly, to be granted assent by the President of India. Now in a dilemma where this Naga Framework Agreement will disintegrate the long 2,000-year-old historical boundary of Manipur or not. That's the main question.
There should be one platform, whether it's a political and organization, Northeastern student organization. We should be united and raise our voice so that Central will hear our voice. Otherwise, it's just one party will go, and some individual or some organization from Manipur will go, and how the Central will give attention to us.
आउटर मणिपुर यानी बाहरी क्षेत्र की जनता पानी की कमी से परेशान दिखी। खुगा बांध के अपने उद्देश्य न पूरे कर पाने के चलते पहाड़ी इलाकों में पीने के पानी की कमी बढ़ी है। पानी के कुदरती स्रोत होने के बावजूद यहाँ के रहवासी पानी खरीदने को मजबूर हैं।
The public is not really concerned with the MP election anymore because they have lost interest. We've been having a member of parliament for quite some time now, but we haven't seen anything that has been brought to the Lok Sabha by the MP we have elected. So, not even development work. This dam that we are sitting here right now is quite a testimony to the developmental lag that we have been facing. This was construction started somewhere around the 80s, and today it stands as merely a monument. It doesn't generate any electricity or the very purpose that it was built on. What's more hilarious is that this dam is quite a big reservoir of water, but then there's no water supply in the town area. Or pertaining to the politics, when I say politics, it's probably the 6th schedule that the people aspire to achieve. But then not even one MP during the past have raised the question to the parliament.
Speaking of elections and youth in particular in Northeast, people usually tend to pull back when it comes to elections in politics because the nature of democracy and its implementation has always been very ugly. So participation of youths, especially in the political processes, has always been very minimal, and the few representation of voices of youths have often been diluted. The participation of youths has been misguided and exploited many times.
This election, I feel like the government should focus more on the voices of the youth, listen to them, and maybe try and work with them, try to resolve what are the difficulties faced by the youth, because eventually the youth are the future of the country. And specific to this area, this part of Manipur, I feel that unemployment, or rather economic difficulties, is one of the major issue here. You have seen unrest, youth unrest, political problems, all these things happening in the recent years, and you could attribute those to economic issues.
इसके अलावा इस क्षेत्र में सैन्य कार्यवाही के स्थगन का पालन करने वाले सशस्त्र समूहों के नेता केंद्र सरकार के साथ चल रही शांति प्रक्रिया का जल्द से जल्द समाधान चाहते हैं.
We have a meeting with the interlocutor AB Mathur on I think that was on the 5th of November last year. That there we discussed the political autonomy. We are talking about territorial council for the Hill people, especially for the UPF and KNO. And we are hoping that it will continue, and we are hoping that the Modi government would help us achieve our political goals. But now election is coming, we don't know in future what would happen, but we hope that even if the next government comes, they will be honest with the existing political framework that we are talking about.
The electioneering and the pattern of voting, there are so many things to be discussed and told the facts to the people. See, if it is a real normal voting, I think I would have already won. See, many areas, manipulations. The genuine people, many of them have not been able to cast their votes. Of course, compare the two constituencies, Valley is still better. But hill areas, nobody can tell what will happen. The election in Manipur is not election. It is a festival of throwing money, pouring liquor, bullets, and whatnot.
Worried about election results? Don't worry. India has had 10 governments, 6 of which have been coalitions, and stock markets have risen. Elections don't matter. Log on to quantumamc.com to know more. Quantum Mutual Fund. Investor first. Hamesha. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Please read all scheme-related documents carefully.